The old proverb tells us that you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. But what if this is not true? Having spent the last 2 decades helping leaders and organizations embrace the changes they would rather fight or ignore, I'd suggest that persuading even the most stubborn individuals is possible. But I'd also suggest that one of the reasons we find it so difficult to do this is that many of the influence techniques that we have been taught for centuries are fundamentally flawed. They tend to be based on a notion of what we'd like human nature to be, rather than what it actually is. When other people don't seem to see reason, we tend to assume that this is because of a lack of information or insight. We imagine that if we can just present them with better evidence or watertight logic, that they'll come to their senses and change their minds. Hey, if only the human mind worked this way. Beyond this, what's clear is that changing people's minds is getting harder than ever. You could almost describe obstinance as one of the hallmarks of our age. And that's the why behind my newest book called Mindstuck. It's all about the psychology of stubbornness and how we can rediscover the lost art of persuasion without coercion. And there's a big difference. In the first half of this new book, I take a deep dive look at the factors that really shape our opinions, our beliefs, and our judgments. Often in ways that we don't even understand or are not aware of. I look at the very nature of the human mind and the fact that it's about more than just our brains, and that's huge in and of itself. Now, I also unpack the role of things like identity and ideology and intuition and how these shape that deep-seated sense of conviction we can all relate to, where we just know something is right, even if we don't know why. And I must say, given everything we have learned about the human mind, even in just the past couple of years, you and I would do well to not believe everything that we think. But this book isn't just about what makes up people's minds, but also how minds can be changed. I trace the art of persuasion all the way back to its original masters, people like Aristotle and Cicero and Plato, and I couple timeless principles with the latest discoveries in neuroscience and behavioral economics and psychology. I then give readers a toolkit of sorts, which includes 15 research-based and often counterintuitive strategies for getting through to even the most mind-stuck person. The art of changing minds is not something that humanity needs to learn as much as it needs to relearn. It was Plato who said, "The entirety of world history is a story of the victory of persuasion over force." The truth is, this skill of convincing and compelling others without resorting to coercion matters now more than ever. The need is pressing. The stakes are high, and the potential reward is enormous for those who know how to move people that are mind stuck. My commitment in this book is to show you how to do just this.